Are you recording? Hi guys, welcome to She Is. Today I want to talk about beauty. I think this one is probably closest to my heart, closest to a lot of girls' heart, the perception of beauty and how it's looked at in the industry. I think for me, growing up in a predominantly white community in Northern Ireland, I never really understood the strength of my own beauty. And now moving to London, I'm suddenly like surrounded by people of different ethnic backgrounds, people of different races, and it's just interesting to see how the perception of beauty is taken in. I grew up in the industry, and obviously growing up in the industry, you're all about beauty and you're all about body image because that's what we promote in a sense. So it's interesting to see how the industry's changed. Later on, I'm going to talk to Anita, who has ranked up years and years of experience working at some of the glossiest magazines in London in their beauty departments. And she'll have seen the change. She's seen a huge change in how things are and how things were. But for me, I feel like my question has still gone hugely unanswered. Why is the cosmetics industry still thinks it's acceptable to ignore women of darker skin tones? Why has it taken so long to suddenly realise that it's a market and that we need looked after too? So I think it's interesting to find that out, and I think it's interesting to speak to Anita, who should hopefully have the answers. Hello. So as the beauty editor, you're just like,
what? Do you know what it is? It's because, you know, well, you guys know this, but you know when you direct so many shoots and stuff, you just know the way that light hits is gonna.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me on today's episode of She Is. I really want to talk to you from a beauty point of view. Mm-hmm. We don't actually know each other.
We don't.
Which is quite fun. I found an article actually that you wrote for Stylist.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is exactly the kind of things I want to talk to her about. So tell me a bit about yourself, your background, your career, all those things.
Well, I've been in journalism for almost 10 years now.
Okay, so you're from Wales.
I am Welsh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Born in Wales?
Born in Wales, born in Newport.
Where are your parents from?
They are Indian.
I love that you're from Wales. This is like I feel like a connection because the small town Northern Ireland thing and the small town Wales.
Yeah, I did a master's in magazine journalism at Cardiff, and then I moved to London, interned, got my first job.
How did it end up being in beauty?
I actually started out in features,
Okay.
Coming from quite a traditional journalism background, but then I loved beauty so much, and I loved beauty my whole life, and it wasn't until I got onto a magazine and saw these beauty editors that I was like, oh my god, that's actually a job.
Yeah.
So after 2 years I've been at Marie Claire as a senior beauty editor.
And now you're
freelance.
Join the gang. Start your first freelance gig. So basically I wanted to bring you along because I wanted to talk about the changing faces of beauty, which is actually what you wrote about.
Yes.
Actually, the cosmetic industry's probably changed the most because it started embracing darker skin tones, Afro-haired girls. But still, it's like this thing where it's like, it's there, and like us as girls with different backgrounds are thinking about it, and we make a conscious effort to think about it because we have to. Do you wonder why the industry hasn't clocked onto it as quick as it should have done?
It's a weird thing. I almost don't think that the industry hasn't clocked onto it. I think the industry knows.
Okay.
It's whether the industry cares enough. And we as women have, and men, you know, whoever, have the power to influence that industry now in a way that we didn't have before. Since then, people weren't quite as vocal on social media 5 years ago as they are
social
now.
Media wasn't really a thing.
No.
It's become such a thing.
It's become the main point of complaint in a way. You know, you're right. Things still haven't come far enough, and it's still, if you compare it to how things are in the US, it's still worlds apart. People are a little bit more vocal about their beauty qualms in the US. I think as well in the US they've always been geared up for different ethnicities a lot better in terms of beauty than we have in the UK.
Went into a local boots the other day and there's that little like Afro hair section. I was like, oh, we're progressing, but I don't want any of these products because my type of Afro hair and that girl over there's type of Afro hair is different types of Afro hair. Does that mean that, do you feel like big brands like that, not even just Boots, but like brands in general, don't feel like they have a moral obligation to have to cater to women like us because we're not a big enough market for them yet? I say yet, but...
Well, I think they're idiots if they don't think they are, but they don't. They're businesses. They don't have that moral obligation. Which
they got to sell.
Which sucks. And the other thing is, and this works in so many areas of beauty and the media, and actually in every company, if you don't have someone who is, you know, non-Caucasian sitting at the head of your table, people don't realise.
And that's what brings me into the whole issue of publishing an editorial. You say if we aren't there to say anything, then I would side out Amanda.
Yeah, I think that's definitely 100% the case. You get an image back and you're like, oh my god, where am I represented in this? People don't think of that because people only look at things from their own experience.
Which is fair enough.
It's fair enough to a certain extent, but I think when you're serving the public, I don't think it's fair enough. And I also think that, possibly controversially, that I don't think it is just our responsibility as women of ethnicity to police that.
I agree with you, because there isn't that many women of different ethnicities in the industry.
No, there's not.
Like, at all.
Well, that's part of the problem in itself. And I don't know where that stems from, whether it stems from, women of colour not thinking that they want to go into that because they won't be offered the same opportunities. If you look at the masthead of a magazine and it's all Caucasian names, why would you think there was a place for you there? You wouldn't.
As the rise of YouTube, the amount of beauty vloggers is
huge.
Like, as if no one has anything else to talk about. It's like the biggest thing, and that has allowed ethnic women to sort of be able to be like, I'm going to share my tip with you. So even for me now, I wouldn't pick up a magazine to get information about beauty. I'd go to YouTube because I would feel like they would service me better. Do you think that's a threat to publishing?
I don't think it's a threat to publishing, because actually, blogs and blogs are so different from magazines. Like they serve very different functions. Journalism is very beauty journalism is very different. And access to people, we have years and years and years of knowing what different ingredients do and what what doesn't work.
I don't think people give you enough credit.
No, they really don't. It's actually very sciencey.
You just write stuff.
When you say to people, "Oh, I'm a beauty editor," they're like, so you just play with makeup all day? I'm like, no.
But that's what
actually.
With fashion, when people are like, you just play with clothes.
Play with clothes.
Let's get dressed up. I'm like, no.
No, fuck you. No.
I originally always go to my local Pats in Peckham or Hackney, and the array of beauty products is insane.
Packs is amazing. I could spend hours in there.
It's literally like Mecca of beauty for black girls. It's amazing. So I'm always just kind of like, are the big cosmetic companies sort of, we don't go to them because we don't need to go to them? Does that mean that the cosmetic companies are missing a trick and maybe they need to step it up, or they don't really need to because they've got their market?
I think they're massively missing a trick, and not only beauty kind of brands, but also places, the big shops and department stores. Everyone's missing a trick. But I think you should be represented, and actually for me, part of the thing as a community, as women of colour, actually not just women of colour, everyone should be doing this. If you go into your local whatever it is, pharmacy, whatever, and you don't see yourself represented in, call it out. Raise the flag up.
Use your voice.
Because then those people, they have to pass it on. The second thing is get on social media.
I love how much of an advocate you are of speak up via social media.
100%.
One thing I just want to pick up on though, and I think this is something that everyone needs to be aware of. That it's not just black and white, there's a whole spectrum in between.
Well, this is the thing, in a sense, even for you, do you identify yourself as black or Indian?
I would never call myself black actually, because to me that's not, I guess a society would class me. But it's quite often people be like, talk about black or white, and I'm like, that's enough. You know what I mean? But I would definitely identify more black, definitely, because when you look at skin colour, that's.
I don't think it's fair for people of your background to not be able to be like, well, I'm not black, but I'm not white, and that are the only two things.
I have to say, kind of Asians and sort of mixed race as well. I think it's always quite often ignored in that middle section.
This is an ongoing topic and it gets discussed so much. But I don't actually think it's changing that much.
It's not changing as fast as it should.
Why is
Definitely.
that? This is my thing. Why isn't it?
Because people in influential positions, especially, aren't calling things out and aren't making those changes. The fashion industry has a responsibility to itself and to the people it influences. So does the beauty industry.
I think I know myself, I'm so outspoken as it is. For me, it was all about fitting in. And our industry is all very let's just all fit in, let's not rock the boat, let's all be let's all conform. And suddenly we're having this rise of unconformity where people are I want to say something. But there's still the people that are, getting their rent paid by the institutions. I would be scared of saying something. There's people who aren't in an institution that speak, but then because you're not in it,
it's very hard to make the change. It's decided that it's not a thing. There shouldn't be any rules. We need to let go of rules completely.
I like that. I like the idea. Let go of the rules and try and move forward, like ruleless in a way. So when it comes to beauty, or it comes to like body shape, or it comes to hair, make your rules.
There's a lot to change, but I think we should get started.
Let's get started.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Thank you so much for joining me. It's so nice to chat to you.
too.
So thank you so much for joining us, guys. It was lovely to talk to Anita. Really interesting to have a topic about beauty and where we're going forward. I think to end with her, I think what we decided is that we need to break some of the rules. We need to set our own rules. Things are changing. Beauty's changing. It's not changing as fast as we want it to change, but I think from what Anita and me were sort of saying, kind of we have to take responsibility for the change, and if we have voices, we should use the voices. But thanks for joining me, and let's see what we can do and see where the beauty industry goes, which I think is one to watch out for, because I think it will make huge changes in the future. Bye!